Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me. See, my name is Raymond. You can call me Ray. Why 3 R's? So 3 different words: restructure, regroup, and reposition. 3 different words, 3 different companies, 3 different years, but same outcome: retrenchment. So I've gone not only once, not only twice, but 3 times. Okay, each company changed direction. Every experience changed me. Sorry, I'm very nervous. The first happened in 2010. At that time, I was completing an overseas assignment in China, a role that nobody wanted when it's offered in 2008. As my assignment was coming to an end, I was asked to return to Singapore for an 8:30 a.m. meeting with my manager and somebody from HR. The company even booked me on a business class flight, and my return ticket to China had been arranged 2 days later. I was not suspicious at all. In fact, I was very excited. I thought we were going to discuss about my assignment and perhaps even my next opportunity upon reaching home. Instead, 10 minutes after walking into the meeting room, I woke up retrenched. I remember wondering to myself how everything had just changed in 10 minutes. They call it a restructure. I left for China in 2008 as a hero because nobody wanted the assignment. I came home in 2010 with no job, zero, nothing. Like many people experiencing retrenchment for the first time, I kept asking myself, why me? Why is it me? Looking back, I realized it wasn't a question about my job. It was a question about my identity. For a while, I carried that why me question with me, and I moved on. 3 years later, I was with another company. This time, something felt very different. There wasn't a very dramatic moment, just small changes around the office. Pantry biscuits changed from a very familiar brands, very famous brands such as Famous Amos, to cheapest one like Kong Guan. And one day, there were no biscuits anymore. So I was thinking now, okay, so when the pantry starts cutting costs, you cannot help but to start to notice what's wrong. The biscuits were not the story, in fact. They were, in fact, the first clue that the company was under pressure, financial pressure. Eventually, management announced that the company is regrouping. Different word, but same outcome, retrenchment. But something else has changed. This time around, instead of asking why me, I find myself asking, what can I learn from this? This question changed both my perspective and my career. Instead of waiting for the next opportunity, I started to look, what else can I grow and contribute? That journey eventually led me to customer service at the period. I realized the company wasn't the only one who was regrouping. I was also regrouping myself. Several years later, I was with another company and was enjoying my work. Perhaps after experiencing retrenchment twice, you begin to develop a sixth sense. I noticed that subtle changes around me. My responsibilities in the company has changed. My role has been less clear. I found myself moving to and fro and from one area to another within the same department. Deep down, I knew something was changing. Eventually, I was told the company was repositioning itself. There it goes again, another new word, another familiar ending. But this time round, there was no shock. There was clarity. Instead of asking why me, or even what can I learn, I asked, what's next? By then, I understood that something I did not understand many years ago. Sometimes change is not a threat, it's just the beginning of a different path. 3 companies have changed, so had I. Each experience prepared me for the next one. Through all this experience, there was one R that never changed. Me, I've not changed. Not because I'm stronger than anybody else, not because I have all the answers, but because every setback gave me another chance to decide who I wanted to become. These 3 retrenchments did not change my career, they shaped the values that guide me every day. I call them my RAY approach. R, being resilient. Every setback taught me that resilience is not about failing again. It is choosing to stand up one more time. A, adaptable. Throughout my working life, I worked across different industries. Each taught me to learn quickly, embrace change, and also contribute in new environments. Why? You focus. I've learned that the best conversations begin by putting the other person first. Whether serving a customer, supporting a colleague, or meeting somebody, I wanted the person to feel heard and to feel respected. Today, I no longer see 3 retrenchments. I see 3 different turning points. Each redirected my career, each redefined my character, and each prepared me for the next chapter of my life. In conclusion, a company can change our titles. It cannot take away our values. A company can change our direction, but it cannot define our destination. So yes, 3 R's change, but 1 R remain. Not because life has stopped changing, not because uncertainty disappeared, but because every change I have chosen what I want to be. And perhaps what I can leave to you is to be more resilient, to be more adaptable, and also to keep people every heart, everything I do. With that, I thank you for your attention.